Oh boy, we are on the draw, but already consider me excited because we have Belion and Spell Pierce, my favorite combo, and we even have quite a lot of lands, so we're of course playing against almighty Mono Red that will hit the face, but it's not hitting face, it's either a burn or like version or something completely different. This might die if we play it. There is a priority, there is a burn. I think we chill. We want at least one extra mana, and we might counter something. Here's the challenger, everyone's favorite. We do not do it. This counter spell is so nice because you can basically do the usual thing of, countering a spell, but you can also disable one of the blockers, which in some cases is the same as killing the creature, so pretty darn cool stuff. Do we want Spell Pierce? I think we go with Augmenter. Absolutely, random symbiote hero. Nothing special, definitely not part of any kind of cinematic universe, because this is a lore-friendly SKV of Magic the Gathering. Anyway, so our opponent will burn it with apparently two different cards, and I'll be honest, guys, I don't think they will like what they will see on the next turn. Oh, you didn't like it? How about a second one? Bro, they are so close to scooping. I really like this addition. Man, the fact that you have like Dimir Guild colors here and you can use both mana to pay for it. Oh, you want... Go for it, go for it. What's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? What is the worst that will happen to... And they seen priority. I think they've seen priority. But now they are messed up, man. Like, they already... I think they realize what we have. They don't like the odds. Go for it. What's the worst that can happen? By the way, guys, if you thought Mono Red is scary, look at this. We are so terrifying that our opponent wasted what? 9 damage in burn just to answer our creatures, and guess what? They're still here. So we will attack. We can draw a card. I think we chill with Curiosity, even though we could get extra cards, because we are at literal 20, guys. Come on. I think we go for Malcolm, man. This is so freaking good. Do we go for this guy? Yeah, that means we can literally play everything. This is so fun. Oh, they will absolutely hate this deck, man. Because not only they invested basically their whole hand, whole aggro thing, into trying to kill this creature that is still here, but now they have no damage. They can only attack with this hard claw basically, and that's kinda it. So they want to swing. They cannot pump it, so we could even trade. And you know what? I think this is the only moment when we will be able to do it. Oh, they will burst lightning, our cool Malcolm. Nah, nah. Let's go like this. And you know that it will go through, because you have... No, I'm not even reading it, bro. You are losing stuff, and we are winning this game. See ya. Oh, that was crisp. This is exactly how I dreamed about this one. Alright guys, not gonna lie, not my favorite on the draw, and we don't really have many answers and a little bit clogged with curiosities. So this might be very, very scary game, especially for the first 2 turns. But hopefully can make it work. Uncounterable stuff. No. No lands for you. I don't know why they want lands, but I know if they do, I don't want to allow this. I still think we go Malcolm at the end step. I still think we go like this, we can just flash it in. We will see what they will play. And man, this will be a complete random topic of the day, alright? And we'll do sometimes things like this, because I know what you think about. Sloth, this is a cool Mythic gameplay channel. I love how you are in top Mythic with cool decks. However, I want to know something about the AI video I probably watched a few days ago. Yes, we are going with it, but first we'll still attack and see if it goes through. Because that's kinda something I wanted to talk with you guys, because I've seen it, it's super popular, and if you don't know what we are talking about, let's go with this guy, because they have no instance. Man, talking about 2 different things is actually not as easy as it might seem. And there was like the video how... Bro, I just started the cool story, and they already scooped? Man, those players in Mythic do not cooperate, you know? Alright guys, and don't worry, you will get the full story. This hand seems to be pretty decent, especially like Belion into Sailor can be a nice play, and later into Curiosity. We kinda ramp here. So basically what I was trying to say, because before last opponent just quit the game prematurely, there was like a huge video from like, you know, with like millions of views about how AI, you know, blackmailed an employee, and there was even something about unaliving a person, because that's how you say it on YouTube, and you know, the thumbnail was like, no, seriously. And you are like, okay, so I guess there's Skynet and Terminator and stuff like this. And this is kind of what you were supposed to believe. And the whole video was kind of like super dramatized that, you know, the AI basically broke out of the, you know, the system and decided to attack humans, stuff like this. And, you know, it's all basically like going into this doomsday scenario and just trying to get you. Yeah, like I've seen comments from, you know, like, you know, live streams and stuff, what people were saying, that, yeah, it's the end, oh, we are cooked, stuff like this. And, you know, I wanted to mention it because maybe a lot of you seen this video and had the same, you know, impression, but you know what actually happened there? It was a contained study. It was full, like, only simulated, nothing really happened, it was just basically a research paper with an experiment that was deliberately trying to see how ethical the AI would be. And what really happened there is that basically the scenario was that AI needs to do something and it was unachievable without doing one of those things. So basically it was like either you fail or you do the bad thing. And you know, the AI just went with, okay, if that's the goal, there is only one solution to this, and you know, to blackmail or do the other thing and stuff like this. But it was presented in the YouTube video like, no, it just thought of it itself, there was nothing there. Well, it was specifically, this whole scenario was designed to check if the AI will go for this one. So, you know, that's kind of funny thing for me, because there are tons of videos like this, and I wanted to mention it, and by the way, we're doing kinda nicely here. Basically, there are tons of those videos because they are super popular, and you know, they are basically dramatized in order to fit the Terminator narration, because this is what keeps everyone going, you know, oh no, we are doomed, you know, this kind of stuff. But in reality, when you actually read to this stuff, it's usually like some simulated study, and I actually even spent my time to read the research, at least part of it, so, you know, not 100% sure about everything, but what I read and what I know myself is that, you know, that was the whole point of the research. And even it was stated in the paper that in outside of simulation, there was no signs of anything like it. But they are, you know, thinking in advance about what future might, you know, happen if the AI gets better and stuff like this. So in reality, really kind of nothing happened, but you basically think that there's Skynet, Terminator on the loose, hitting, you know, shooting at people and stuff like this. So this was kind of, you know, fun, and I wanted to talk with you guys because this is a random story for today, and it kind of got me going, and I thought I share it because, you know, the AI in reality isn't a real AI. Like, it's not sentient at any point. It isn't like really intelligent. Like, we have no idea how to make something that is intelligent. You know, like you and I know that we exist, right? For the software, it's just doing prompts basically. A lot of prompts, and you can even see in the video I mentioned, like you can actually see the scripts that, you know, go line by line. It's just executing them. So I programmed some games. I actually made some small games, so I know how to do this stuff, and it kind of feels funny because, you know, we are nowhere near those doomsday scenarios in a way, even though it's a valid topic, and that's something super interesting for me. But, you know, we are not anywhere close of those things. But, you know, they sell very well, and it seems that we have a lot of videos about, you know, AI taking the world, when in reality AI doesn't even know that it's an AI because it's just like a parrot. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this random topic of the day. I think it's kinda interesting, so tell me in the comments. This is honestly pretty decent hand, especially with the Augmenter. This card is quickly getting to be one of my favorites, because it is basically blue mana Preacher, and that's amazing. I nearly forgot to play my card because it's the end step play. We definitely play the land first, and I think we go Siren. Yeah, we don't protect it. We just go a little bit crazy with the damage, which means dealing 2 damage. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed the story. I want to sometimes, talk with you guys. I think it's interesting. I think there's value, and I'm trying to check out what's up in the world, so there are sometimes topics that maybe we can share. You can tell me in the comments if that was interesting, if that was cringy, or whatever. As cringy as Burst Lightning, my cool creature, when I really wanted it in the board. However, the Augmenter is so ridiculously amazing in this deck against like red decks, because they usually have damage based spells, so generally they cannot remove it with 1 card. So even if they answer it, which is like the best case for them, that's 3 mana usually with 1 lightning strike. That's usually how they answer it, unless they have like perfect burst lightning into burst lightning, which is not something they should have normally. And it also has 4 toughness, so you can just chomp a lot of creatures, and if you have counter spells, you can make sure that the creature will not grow, so you get a good trade. Slick Shot, however, Slick Shot is not exactly what I wanted. Alright, I think we block with the Siren. We need to be aggressive, man. But maybe we can draw a land here and play Curiosity. They know about it, by the way. Oh, bro. That's the highest form of praise for a card. This is so terrifying. Mono-red player decided to block and lose a creature. At 17. Bro. And it's just for 1 turn. So what do we go for? We go definitely this guy. This gets us to 4 mana in case we cannot hit it normally on the next turn. So no, something. By the way, Spectral Restitching is really nice against Slick Shot, because Slick Shot has power on 1 turn. If you can get rid of it for 1 turn, it loses all of the pump, and later it's a 1-2. Sure. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this play, right? Because you have no blocks here. So we have no blocks here, so we take all the damage. That seems amazing. I would pump this Slick Shot to at least 10 power, bro. Like, this is your shot. Just take every shot you can make, to win the game, to get the number goes up. They know something is up. Like, this stop is so fishy. Yep. Only 10 damage. Bro, you can do better. We both know you can do better than this. They sneaky. I think they have 1 more. And I think this is hexproof, because they left white mana. Was that the auto tap? I'm not sure. If they have hexproof, we cannot prevent this damage. If we cast this and they have hexproof, this will go to 14 damage and nearly kills us. If we take 10, we can play with it. This is a super hard choice. I think they have it, and I think they know that we have something as well. This is like a very good player. 10 damage? They had something. I think we need to go with it, because dealing 10 damage with unupgraded Slick Shot is still not amazing, and on the next turns we can exile it a little bit better even. And now we also have Belion, which is really nice. We will have 2 mana if we play this. This is a nice blocker, so first we probably swing. I only have 1 card. This will be super close. They generally want to block the Augmenter every time. They know we can pump it. So we could draw 2 cards with Curiosity, risking that we will die. We are still drawing 1 card. Man, this could be such a good play. I'm going for it. We deal more damage, we get total 3 cards, and we still have a blocker with 3 toughness. I'm going with it, guys. All in or nothing. We take the flyer, but I mean, this one can trade against Slick Shot. Malcolm is actually so good against Slick Shot. Land, alright. I will wait for a moment so they see the stick. I need them to see this cool unsummon that is definitely unsummon, so they cannot go for a lethal on this turn. I need them to see the stick. Super hard. I just need an emote. Do you see the stick? Pretty cool, huh? So this is super important because we might die on this turn. And this probably is the last turn when they can kill us. Right now we are getting so much stuff done. And we need to pretend that at every step of clicking, we make a decision. So they know, like, there is 1 mana spell. Okay, we need to think about it. This is 5 damage. We are down to 5. I accept, even though I have unsummon, because maybe you play more and go to damage. This is terrifying. Man, this game will be so close. I really hope that they don't have double burn. They might. They decide, okay, no blockers. We cannot click too fast because we need them to know. We are basically bluffing here. We need to hit a counter spell so we can counter whatever they have here. This will be very hard, but now we have some stuff. Let's play this. Alright, guys. We cannot kill them, right? Well, I guess we could. This is exactly 10 damage if we cast 2 spells. I think it's okay. We need to draw a counter spell, I feel. And we'll see if they block, you know? They should go for Belion here. I think I know the play. The play is Malcolm to pump, and then we have X3 on the next turn. And we also kill this, right? They can cycle the card and put the... Wait, they can put the counter. Ooh, that's annoying. Not sure if we go harder. They can cycle a card. Oh, okay, they didn't go for it, which means they must have something good. First trigger needs to be selection, because if they pass it, we get the best value. We already played the land. By the way, that's such a tell. You have 2 cards to select from, and you check your land for the turn. I mean, everyone knows what it means. Counter spell? No. We kinda messed here, but I think it's okay. We have Malcolm. Okay, guys. We can beat everything except direct burn for 5 on 2 cards. And 1 card won't do it. They need specifically 2 perfect cards in a row. Oh, I think we've got this. Nope. Nope. That's why we have Spectral Restitching. They have 1 card and we have another play like this. So whatever they have, it doesn't matter. Guys, we won. That was incredibly close. And so this doesn't matter at all. We are dealing enough damage. We don't even need to answer it. Sure. Yep. And now everything fizzles. Now they get the thing, by the way. Just to send the message. Oh, they explode so hard. Guys, I think we played it kinda nice. I think we go Belion. Most importantly, because you want to be attacking with those blue creatures, especially with Curiosity and stuff. So this, in a way, sure, like, of course. You know, just randomly, the same deck, it's fine. So with this you basically disable the blocker completely, and sometimes it might be good enough to just win the game completely, you know? Your opponent has 1 big chunky blocker and they rely on this blocker to you know, survive the turn, and suddenly you counter something and you disable it and they just scoop. You already had a game like this. Okay, let's go Malcolm. I believe in you. I really thought that they will tap and I will play Curiosity, swing and get all the cards advantage in the world and win the game like this, you know? That was the idea, but it didn't exactly go as I planned. I guess we cycle Belion. Flanker. This is an interesting one because we could go Curiosity here and set it up. If they played this, that means they want to block Belion. Okay. I know it's risky because we could counter it. But what is the other play? Nothing. We don't have other play. And setting up Curiosity is massive. Basically, we force them to have like removal or unsummon, but even removal, it's like get lost into get lost, right? And we have another Belion, so we are absolutely fine with it. So we will trade 1 for 1 and also draw a card and also set up a 4-drop. While they are fully tapped and they cannot react to it. So first you draw a card, because this card can be really bad, and then you can get it to cycle, you know? Okay, this is kinda good stuff. I like Belion. I really, really do. This is our removal, one of the few. I'm sorry, Kitesail. It's a great card, and maybe this was a mistake to get rid of it, but I like those cards way more. I'm sorry, Kitesail. You're just a human boring pirate, but look at this. This is a elemental villain. This is a symbiote. Like, they're all so cool. They need to do something here. Which means that we might open some nice play. What's the play, bro? What's the play? Well, now this one doesn't go through. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Alright, now we are getting tons of cards, which is super important. And as you can see, one good timed counter spell is all it takes. I think we played against Mr. Owl like yesterday, and it's so funny that in Mythic you, like in this rank you meet a lot of same people over and over. Let's go for this one. I think we can always bounce later. Let's go for the Siren. It doesn't get very good trade, but you know, it still pushes, you know, some game plan. And with this deck, the cool part is that you can actually bounce at 12-12, so you don't really care about the stats as much as a lot of other decks. So we will swing. That's what we do. And we probably want to go Malcolm, because with Malcolm you can get all the good answers. Honestly, I'm absolutely fine with it. And we don't even want to trade here, I believe. So they will get a ton of life gain, we won't raise them, but now we have some control over the gameplay. Because we play Malcolm, we have Flyers, so 3 damage a turn, nope. And most importantly, we can start trying to find counter spells and stuff like this, you know? We could even put a map token, but if we hit a land, that gives us literally nothing. Yeah, I think we just play creatures. We can endure 1 or 2 swings, so for now let's go like this and see what we get. That's super important. Malcolm. Well, this one is... Bro, people scoop so quickly in Mythic, is actually... It's mind-boggling, man. We didn't even start playing the game. I think... I mean, I won, so I guess. And there was no red. Basically, our opponent had no answers, I think, to Malcolm, and they decided they're out. Alright guys, this hand has one word that is perfect. First. This is so important because we don't have 1-drops, we don't have 2-drops, we only have 3-drops. On the draw I would instantly mulligan this, because against most of the decks you will lose the game before you play a card. Bro, moment people see Island, they are terrified. I never had so many scoops by just showing my deck, you know? We could bounce the elves, but I don't think this is the play. So if you use the ramp mana to play a bigger threat, well, that means it will hurt you more when we bounce it, you know? Unless it's Origin. I think we can live with this. The question is, do we go for the elves? Because we know that on the next turn they can use this mana and the land from the hand to go for Esper Origins. We have to counter it with Spell Pierce, which means we cannot make the Malcolm play. So I honestly think this is good enough target, because we know their next play. And if they will do something else, well, that will be the same play, but I cannot speak. The same play, but better if they decided to go for something else. This is fine. This is fine. Maybe Esper Origins, that doesn't do anything. By the way, Zombify. Okay. I don't see blue, so I'm not sure if that's Zultai. This can die. Let's take the risk. I think it will, because they have exactly like black mana and 2, so, you know, scary stuff. They might even have blue here and a counter spell, but probably not. Please don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, okay, good. Now we have counter. Okay, now we are getting to the good point of the game, where we are the control player, basically. So now they had... Well, this cannot be countered. Isn't it convenient, you know? Okay, it's fine. I never wanted Malcolm in the first place, alright? Well, that's a kind of perfect one, not gonna lie. So now we will... But now we can spell pierce the origins into Malcolm, so maybe it won't be so bad, but I'll be honest, I didn't expect a removal that is uncountable. I see this card so rarely that I don't even treat it as an option. Sometimes, you know, some decks play it, but it's so rare, like, you know, one every 100 deck or something. At least that's how it feels. Spell Pierce, Sia, Malcolm, so we can regret the previous long goodbye. And okay, this is nice, this is nice. As you can see, it's not easy to cast the Augmenter, especially against deck that can be so scary. I don't think we play the land, so we probably go this. This is Sorcerer, right? Yep. And this could be so good. I think it's too early. And that's why you have Malcolm, because with Flash, it's so easy and so smooth to cast and set up, and you can just keep defending it. And as long as you have this, you always have good cards. However, you still need a lot of cards, and then you drop this later. But now we can double counter spell, so you know. I think it's good enough. And if they have elves, that means they want to cast the big spells. See ya. And this one cannot block, you know, just for reasons. It will be useful later, when we cast this guy. Okay. What is the good play? We could try to hit a land. You know what? We could get this. And with this we should hit a land. I'm going for it. I'm actually going for it. I think this is good. Go Malcolm, my minion. We need to hit a basic land, and it's kinda easy because we only have basic lands in this deck. Thanks, yoink. I didn't play the land, right? I'm sorry, Eluge. I guess we could go bounce off. So we go island, counter spell, and then... I think it's just too slow, man. This is a Kona deck. If we miss one play, we lose the game, so you just need to really be extra cautious. They have only 4 mana, so if they play 1 land, that means 5 mana, which means still a counter spell. They cannot block with this. We are doing 2 cards a turn in a way. I mean, 2.5, because we do this one, and we cycle 1. So, you know, we draw 3 cards, but we need to discard 1 of them. So I think, honestly, we are in a decent spot here. They already had 1 Kona, but they very often have the second one, so let's make sure that we can counter this as well and not lose the game. They have enough cards to have still Omniscience and the Cardo. Oh, I hate it so much. And we cannot replay Malcolm on this turn, but you know what? That means we are going to bounce. But man, this breaks my heart. This was such a setup. Already with the symbiote, that is definitely not a spider. from any kind of movies. So by the way, this is why we play bounce off. If they double spell, alright, you know. You can't get them all, you know. We probably will play this and try to play the game out of this. Our opponent invested a lot, but it's not so bad for them. So right now I think we go Sailor, because it's Sailor into card draw. And this is the play we want to make. So we will ignore literally everything that isn't threatening. And they cannot answer it with removal, because we can activate it at instant speed. Sure, that's good. They are not really doing anything here. Swing, because they cannot block? No, they need this mana for some reason. Maybe for removal. I'm still drawing my card. Even if they kill it, we already got 1 card ahead. Okay guys, this is where we start to go a little bit crazy. We could go this guy and still keep the counter spell. That really helps. And we can suspect the other elves so they cannot block. You know what? This should be good enough. We are not drawing card with the Sailor, unfortunately. Which is exactly 6 mana of this. That's super juicy, but I think we go for it. Even if they kill it, and I don't think they will, it's fine. We basically need to get them to have 0 threats. The main threat is already answered. They have Zombify and Kona, and they don't have enough mana to go around counter spells. So if we can hit them once or twice and get some extra, you know, spells, this is all we need. Okay. This is just Cardo, and they tapped all the elves for it. So they're using... Bro. Alright, we need more counter spells. We need some spell pierces. I didn't expect Smuggler's Surprise here. But that's kinda good, because we can spell pierce it, so we just need to draw a lot of cards. Shiny, what's your choice? This is actually kinda... Oh, they milled double Kona. So they can get 2 of those 3 creatures, and those are key creatures. They decided to take the land. Trajectory. I think we need to lose this guy, unfortunately. This is really good creature for us. But they're so mana efficient that we kinda need to go for it. However, that means we can finally get our card that we absolutely deserve. Give me. Spell Pierce, let's go. This will be scary and close, but we are doing 2 cards a turn, and this will probably not block soon. I'm pretty sure we will either double counterspell or at least 1 counterspell. However, they can go Kona, and they have enough mana to pay, so that's a bit terrifying. And this puts the thing into the board. Yeah, they started with it. That means I cannot counter Omniscience or Valgavot, and they probably have one of them. Oh boy, I think that's it. I don't think we can tank it. We needed another doubt so we can double counter spell this. But this is a creature, so Spell Pierce won't get it. And they don't need to target anything that we have. So now they station, they put probably Valgavot, I would guess, into the board. And I'm not sure how we deal with it. We probably don't. So I will probably, you know, check. Oh, come on, bro. I guess we have a non-basic land. I honestly completely forgot about it. Well, but man, we get a different land. So, Belion now, congratulations, you got promoted to a permanent land entity. So, let the sentence begin. I think this sums it up. Well, what is it? What is the biggest permanent card you have? I have small hope it's nothing big and they are out of options, but yeah, Valgavot, as expected, unfortunately. I don't think we can beat it because we'll never attack, we'll never raise them, and soon they will start stealing our cards. So they will swing at us, right? They only have 1 card. Maybe we can draw enough cards with Curiosity that we can flood the board and bounce it? Maybe? Okay. We can tank 1 hit, so we might still find an out. However, if they pump this with Station and sacrifice 1 of the big creatures, they will draw a whole new hand, then discard cards that aren't good for the matchup and keep 7 perfect cards. So at this point, we'll not beat them, probably. But, you know, we'll try. And they want to attack with this, so that's okay, this is important. If they don't have a second huge bomb, I have a plan. Well, this is kinda bomb. Okay. 1 land, 2, 3. So they will get 3 lands in total. I think. It looked like 2, to be honest, but I think they had 3. And Lanoir Elves, that's the last card. Yeah, I'm not sure how we are going through it. Alright, I'll give him good game, because it takes too long, and I don't think there's like reason. Without this, they would attack, would Curiosity, swing, get 3-4 extra cards and see if we get unsummon, and then we can, you know, get rid of some of them. But here it's just too far to behind. Well, guys, I know the last one was a bit painful. However, I will show you the score and it will sweeten the deal because we actually crashed it. But we will talk about it in a second, because first, our absolute legend for today is none other than one of our biggest veterans, Blob Zombie, and also a great friend of the channel, just cheering every single day on, on making those videos. So my friend, this is for you. I believe we never gave you Mono Blue deck, so now it's fixed. Hope you enjoyed it, and of course thank you for your support and also for just being a great part of the channel. So everyone has a little bit better day. And yeah, what about the deck? We went 7 and 4, I believe, which is which is hilarious. Man, this is time to be alive. Mono Blue at the top of the Mythic, absolutely crashing it. But to be fair, we had so many random scoops that at least probably 1 or 2 of those wins were weird. But you know, that's the final score. At this rank, people don't scoop randomly, so I assume they had bad hands or something, or they just saw the Augmenter and they run out. Honestly, Malcolm is such a good card because it has flash and it gives you quality on card. So I really like it, and because it can trade against Slickshot, especially if you can counter spells that buff Slickshot with +1 toughness, this can actually close the game. And of course, the new cards with Belion, Spectral Restitching. This one is a little bit wonky to use because it's 2 mana to, you know, protect 1 creature compared to, like, you know, spells like this, Spell Pierce. You can also go for this 1 blue mana hexproof thing, but this can target opponent's creatures, slick shots. It's basically removal for 1 turn, and then you can swing, get curiosity going, draw a ton of cards, and hopefully get back into the game. I'm not super sure about Larcenist. It feels kinda slow. I played with this card before, like months ago or maybe even years, and it felt faster than now. So I guess the format is getting faster and faster, but I think it might be one of the cool options for removal, especially that we have a lot of artifacts right now in standard, so you can hit Synthesizer with this and then protect this with, like, you know, 1 mana spell, and suddenly their snare will never hit it because it's too slow and it costs too much mana, so just counter it, or you can protect it. So, you know, I think this is a nice play overall, but definitely a bit clunky, and the Augmenter absolutely crashing it. Maybe you can go for the 4th one. However, I'm sorry, like, there was one viewer asking for this card for literal weeks, and I felt responsible that if we are going mono blue, alright, this is the day. But unfortunately, Eluge just feels so incredibly slow in current meta. Even with the discount, you only can play basically 1 mana blue spells, which is like Spell Pierce usually, or Bounce, and it just doesn't feel like strong enough. So I think I would go with a different creature, to be honest. Every time I just cycled it or it was in the hand, probably Augmenter will be way better, and maybe even Counter Spell or something. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the whole video. I hope you enjoyed the unusual rant on AI thing. Tell me in the comments, because, you know, we might talk about stuff from time to time, and I really hope that it brought you value and it was interesting and it was something refreshing. So while we kill mythic players, you also have some, you know, some cool story to follow. So be sure to tell me what you think. Maybe we make it more. And yeah, that's kind of it for today. I think we covered everything. So really thank you guys. If you watch until the end, it's really appreciated. Thank you to all amazing patrons that are helping, you know, us make this content every single day. You guys absolutely rock. And that's it. Thank you for watching, guys. You're awesome, and see you tomorrow.